Well, good afternoon, everyone. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. So today, doing another project. I should have done this project 3 years ago. Well, Dad said you need to reglaze the windows. That just sounds tedious, if you will. Not really hard to do. So this last week we had a heavy rainstorm, and I noticed water running across the living room floor. Well, time to do something now. It's got to that point. So I'm going to show you how I've done it. I've already done just one window just to see, and I'll show you what we're working with here. We got this window, a big picture window, and then that window. This is the one I just done. Somebody some time ago shot a BB and nobody would fess up to it, so we just took it, and it's not the prettiest, but it'll work. And then yes, after this dries here a couple weeks, it's going to have to be painted, the glazing, and we're just going to repaint all the windows. Now, my grandparents had vinyl put over the wood, but all these windows, there's 23 windows in this house, and all of them were custom built on site back in 1955. If y'all put windows in your house recently, you know how much they cost, especially for custom stuff. I heat with oil and a heat pump, so I got a dual fuel system. I can buy a lot of electricity and a lot of oil for what all these windows would cost. So that's why we just gonna keep on fixing them up, and then let our son worry about them when we gone. So unless something more drastic happens. So what we got to do is get all this old glazing off. We'll start over here on that top piece here. So basically, to get the stuff off the old glazing, you're gonna need a putty knife, like a 5-in-1, a flexible one, and a little 2-inch brush. Now, I had to look this up online on YouTube. I don't know, I'm not an expert by any means. I had to look at somebody else's stuff to figure this out, and it is overdue, big time overdue. And just take this little knife here, and a lot of it will just flake off like that. Well, I know one thing, redoing this right here, this room's always the coldest and the hottest in the summer. Well, mainly there's 3 other windows around the corner, but we did have storm windows put on about 20 years ago, and so that helps. But these here are just open to the elements, so that's probably why this is the warmest in the summer, coldest in the winter, the room wise. And it's just this past time doing it, I just wasn't in a hurry to do it. But right here, the little triangles, that's what holds the panes in. And we'll find the dog. Alright, so we got everything cleaned off. You can see the edges of the glass there. Now we're going to take a brush, top, up and down, get all that dust out. It depends on how old your house is. You might want to have a mask on, or hold your breath. Oh, these little triangles went out. That part's done. we need some linseed. What we'll do is go on the wood, and that helps clean it, or helps the new stuff adhere. This stuff will spontaneously combust if you pile it on a big rag all wrapped up. And if you get some on the window, just take you some mineral spirits and get that off. What I'm probably going to do is just wait, because it's got to be painted anyway. And just go around the edge of the windows. And then let it dry before you do anything else. Well, waiting on that to dry. This is what I've got here. It's about 13 bucks at Lowe's. And it reminds me of Play-Doh. You just get it, and it has to be above 40 and rising, or below 90 and lowering. You just take it, I've seen some people do it, they put it in a ball, and then some people just take a big wad of it, and you want to push it in. You want to take it and push it in as hard as you can to get behind the glass of the sash. I don't know the fundamentals of a window. I don't know what the technical term is. We'll take a flat knife here. There's one I seen, he pushed it in and comes back out with it. That's getting it further back in that sash. All this is doing is getting it back in that edge of the window there. Save all this, go in the next one. Take your flat knife. You want to push a little pressure on it. Well, I notice when it starts to tear, you're going to have to wipe your knife. You're going to have to get a little bit more right there. Go back, take the flat edge to get that off. If you have a little mishap like I just did, give you a little dab in there. basically one glaze, one section there glaze. There must be a point there. So that's one. Now I'm gonna do the rest. Alright, well, got the two little ones done. I gotta get some more glazing before I do the big one. It's getting warm right here, so it says it can't really do it above 90 or 90 and above, so we're gonna stop right here today. And it looks a lot better than it did. Does it look professional? No, but it looks a lot better than what it did.